Yay!
Yeah.
Ooh, already froze up. There we go. GunsinthE701.com, and Clay froze up on the mic right on the first syllable. That's amazing. Well, here we are again for GunsinthE701.com, where we do all your Second Amendment and more. Of course, here for the northern state of North Dakota, and a little bit here in South Dakota as well. I'm going to wait and see if Clay comes back in on our streaming here in just a second. We're trying some new things, and that was the kind of cool stuff, is that we should have our Twitter working by now. So we're kind of hoping that is good. So Clay lost power at his place right when he started speaking. You see, those damn commies took out the damn power grid first, and that's what happens. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about tonight when Clay comes back on. He's going to be working on that for a few more minutes. But hey, for everybody joining in, we've got some things to talk about tonight, some good stuff. We're going to be talking about the FBI document leaks. Gun owners are violent extremists. Yes, we're all being classified because we have bumper stickers or something or whatever. Anyway, MVEs, all the fellow MVEs out there. Now, as we take a look at the day, we got to see if we've got our chats up here yet. Oh, yep, we got some there. Brian Warner, there we go, fellow MVE, and also Trampus Brenner in there as well. So wait for Clay to come back on in just a few minutes, but here I am, of course, taking over for just a bit. Now, Clay's got some good stuff to talk about for the school system in his area, that they are not exactly living at their potential. Is that what it is? They're trying to make our kids live up into a potential that's not exactly cool. But anyway, it's trying to slide a bunch of stuff in, and then plain stupid, basically plain dumb, that they don't know what it's all about. And and I'm like, when you get paid a big check, you're supposed to know what in the world you do. You can't claim dumb. And that's one of the main things that really annoys me in the story that we're going to get onto here with Clay. Like I said, Clay's got a power outage, so we'll be hopefully back in just a second. We've got people signing on big and looking at us. We're also looking at over our Twitter right now, of course, starting to boom up again once again, and we do appreciate everybody. Oh, I do know that there was a big storm going up in the Bismarck area, and it looked like on the radar a little while ago, they were talking about it was pretty massive, as a matter of fact. It almost looked like a hurricane coming up in that way. I was looking at radar just a bit, checking on things, and I see that, of course, pretty much right there at the river, north of Mobridge and whatnot. Yeah, Jamie, come on in. Yeah, it's got big storms up there and whatnot. So maybe that's what knocked the power out, even though that's pretty far away from where he is. But yeah, if Jamie can come on in here in just a little bit from the 701 Nation, we can continue talking about stuff as we continue on here. Hey, by the way, I got to say big thanks to all our sponsors here for GunsinthE701.com. Well, of course, Lauer Auto Repair. And we've got our number one guy, Axe, out there, of course, has been with us from the very beginning. We appreciate him. Also talking about Mandan Sporting Goods. And you can check out their website, .com on the end of that. And also check out their new location. We've got BloodlineKinetics.com, and of course, check them out as well if you want to get some nice trick stuff done to your carry or whatever. You want to get some. Oh, I got somebody joining in now, so we'll see if that is my good friend over there with Clay coming back in. But yeah, we also got, of course, Bloodline Kinetics in there. We got some really nice stuff they've done to some of Clay and Jamie's rifles coming in. Also, LittleAngryManArms.com, one of our newer sponsors, and we appreciate him. And even Double H Guns over there at 701 Nation helping us out once again. All right. Looks like Clay might be coming in, or maybe not. I don't know. We got that power outage, but we'll see. Ooh. Whoa, you're like in boomer vision right now. Apparently it's weird. Anyway, you're frozen again, but that's all right. Anyway, so when Clay gets all that worked out, and of course we get a little signal in there, we'll be good to go. But and Jamie might jump in here for just a second as well. I want to talk about something here real quick for North Dakota until Clay comes on, and I'll continue with this. Talking about North Dakota lawmakers have approved fiscal note for marijuana legalization ballot initiative, estimated $10.3 million in revenue. Now, yeah. And I've always been a pro guy on the marijuana thing, but I do listen to what Clay says for the simple fact that it makes sense. Is that to do legalization and all that because you have your choices, and why criminalize it? It's just ridiculous nowadays in the modern day, and even the gummies and all that. But one of the things is that why is the government getting their fingers in there with the money? That's the problem, because when they start charging the taxes and whatnot and trying to control it, they're the ones who screw everything up. So what do they do with the money? They just do bad things with it and irresponsible things with it. We saw that up there with the oil here in North Dakota as well. And of course, we should be pumping out oil like across the country. We shouldn't have any of the wells shuttered up there. We should be cutting off imports coming in from other places and just continually pumping out gas and oil and shale oil and everything up there in North Dakota. But we're not. Why? Because, well, it's politics, they say. Yeah, like that's an excuse for anything, right? I'd say, well, why not put some pipelines right here in our states and pump our own oil and show we might still get some from foreign nations, but hey, we could get a lot less, and that would be the smart thing. But but it goes into this marijuana thing. It's like, why do we let the government continue to manage things? I mean, we talk about in state after state after state that put in the lottery system, and the lottery system was put in to decriminalize the illegal lottery that the mafia from the 50s, 60s, 70s was running throughout the country. And I don't know if you know that, but that's a big part of it. But it was a way to make it legitimate and for them to get control of it. Well, it was all supposed to go to schools, and it was all supposed to go to this, but it doesn't. It doesn't, and it hasn't. And there's always a catch in the fine print of why, of course, the money goes somewhere else. Now, they say about earmarks and all that for people in North Dakota legislative management on Friday to finalize that fiscal impact statement for a legalization measure that voters will see on the ballot. There was some debate over whether expense estimates, including $4 million earmark for oral impaired driving technology that law enforcement said they will be requesting, painted a negative, skewed picture of the economics on the reform. So the police want some sort of technology to give you a breathalyzer for, I mean, really, I got to say this once again, driving drunk. You tell me one person out there that hasn't done it, had one or two beers, and now I'm saying, and not be drunk and driving, but still got pulled over and end up getting a ticket and end up having a big chunk of their life ruined and everything else for basically a victimless crime. Yeah, there are guys out there that get drunk and go out and crash into cars and kill people, and those people have to pay the price. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about one or two drinks going out, and then all of a sudden, I'm 0.08 or whatever it is, and suddenly I'm the worst criminal that they could find ever out there on the streets. Oh, they protected the streets by taking me off. Well, you know what? It's just law enforcement throwing cogs in the works in this thing. And I think that it's a money-making situation for this. It takes it away from the cartels and it puts it into our hands. But, to have the state, and I should say the government, control it, that's just ridiculous. So, hey, we got Jamie in here.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Jamie. So I was talking about doing the doobs. By the way, Jamie, I got something new for you here real quick. Speaking about smoking, we have access to music now. Listen to this one. So a lot of money is being poured into the anti-marijuana campaigns from the beer companies. So
really?
I've got this for you.
Smoke that bud, just drink a cold beer instead. Cause legal pot could make our industry dead.
When it comes to feeling good, beer beats marijuana hands down. No messy papers to roll, no funny smells. Say no to legalizing marijuana and crack open a cold one instead. Please? We're really scared you potheads will put us out of business. Thank you.
Keep pot illegal, till go and buy. Drink beer when you want to get high. Drink beer when you want to get high.
kind of a play off the old Budweiser Clydesdale.
But it's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I love that one, though. That one is a good one. So, I mean, the beer companies are one of the ones that are just like the oil companies, don't want any other type of technology. And you might be against the implementation of a lot of the electric stuff and all that. I like the advancement of the electric stuff. I don't like it being mandated on us.
Right.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I just don't want somebody telling me this is what you'll use or we'll step on your face,
Yeah, and that's the problem. I was hanging out at the Dakota Fest here in Mitchell last week with Central Electric guys, and we were talking about all kinds of the different panels and the way the panels have gotten better in order to be able to to supplement some of the electric that you need, even if you're doing it for cattle and stuff like that, or for lines or whatever you want to use it for, or just for, you got a distant barn that you don't want to run power lines out to and you want to put some power in there. I mean, sure, why not? I mean, if you can do it and it's cost effective and it works and it's there when you need it, that's all I say. But you're right, mandating is the main problem. Of course, that's what we were talking about on the marijuana as well, is like mandating from the state on everything, putting their label on it. I mean, it worked so well with alcohol.
Yeah, right. I'm not for mandating anything I can't think of one thing that I'd like to. I mean, other than freedom, you can mandate freedom. I'm down with that. But anything else, any mandate I've usually seen is not good for people and their freedoms and independence and stuff like that. So, no dice on mandating. What's Dan saying about blood alcohol here? BAC. Sorry, diversity rule. People with one or two drinks do not get arrested for DUI. Your BAC will be well below 0.08. All right. Okay, good to know. That's good to know, Dan. I'm driving around lawfully then every once in a while.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's like
what?
Hey, Gene, how you doing, Dave?
What do you guys have on tap for tonight? I was doing some brass prep, and it was
actually Clay was going to talk about the kerfuffle that he is dealing with the
I did see that
school system. Yeah, so that was going to be a good one, and he got 2 syllables in, and all of a sudden it went, and he was out. So
I did see that because I was watching the weather too, and they said down pretty much straight across his area, it looked like that was rolling through with the tornado and the hail. And
this is something that I want to think about here. Dan Thompson says this: a mandate to carry a gun. I remember when different organizations in different places and states were trying to pass laws to mandate that somebody should be carrying a gun in churches, or you should be allowed to carry in churches or different places like that. And the way they were doing this is because they had the wackos that were going around shooting people when we go and congregate. And they knew that most people were, without while they were at church. So, I mean, you're right. Mandate to carry a gun. I'm perfectly fine with that. And it's like, but then again, at the same time, it's like, give me the right give me a right that I already have. I don't want the government to give me a right. It's like fishing and hunting, it's like, we have that right and we can do it and be conservationists about it. But then we've got to have somebody from the game fish and parks that's got a degree that doesn't know crap telling us that we're doing it wrong and we got to pay them. So it's
I mean, I wouldn't even go for a mandate to carry a gun. I just want it to be your choice, man. If you don't want to, that's great. If you want to carry it, I mean, it's in the Second Amendment, right? It shouldn't be.
There's always a good jokester in there, by the way.
I thought a mandate was when 2 guys go. That is too. That is, but there's a space in between there.
There's a space. There's a big space between me and there, but that's all right. Yeah, so how you doing? How's 701 Nation been? You guys had a good week last week. You guys were talking to the future governor and everything else.
Yeah, he ended up being on with us for 2 hours. We thought it was an hour, but his campaign advisor, he said she was doing a date or something. I don't know. Roz has a boyfriend, and he said he didn't have any votes or nothing. So he said, I'm sticking around, and went right up to just about 2 hours. I pretty much had to cut him and Clay off. They got into their, I guess Kelly used to be a fireman, like Clay. And they got in some heavy fireman talk there. And I was like, all right, guys, I hate to end the party, but we got to go here.
Take this off air. There we
go. He has some good stuff talking suppressors and his favorite rifle caliber. And it was good. We got into some CWD talk and EHD. If anybody missed it, Kelly is definitely not for banning your right to bait deer on your private property. He doesn't like that idea one bit. He doesn't believe that spreads. I mean, that's the way I read it from him, that he didn't think that's spreading, EHD or CWD. I keep getting them two mixed up.
That's fine. I know there's a couple of them.
I actually heard on the radio they messed it up today too. But yeah, it was a CWD. Because that's the chronic waste.
Those radio guys, they just read what's in front of
them. It might have been me. I was on the radio this morning up here, 10:30 to 11. Went on there with Mike Bell. So, which is good. It was a good little segment on there. So it's been doing good, buddy.
And the best thing about it is online. I've seen a lot of great response from it from different people left and right. We got a lot of people that you normally don't see and coming in and making comments, and we do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, now we've got the new emails now. Mike at gunsinthE701.com. We got Clay at gunsinthE701.com. Do we have a new email for you yet?
We do, but I got to say I forgot all about it until you just said that. Clay sent me that with the weird. It's got the weird login, right? It's got all the code to punch in. Yeah, I got to do that. I'm glad you reminded me because I kind of
that's fine. We'll have that set up for you. So we got our new emails and everything good to go, and we'll be good with that. So that'll be excellent.
Yeah,
it'll be a lot easier to get to us individually, and you'll be able to make comments and shows. Clay got his box to work and our new phone system, so we're going to get that back here again. Of course, Clay says he's working on getting back online, listening from the cell phone. He lost total power. And
he come in on X there, huh?
Yeah.
There you go, Clay. Yeah. So what do we got on tap here? We can't do Clay's deal with the school thing. So what else? I know you guys said. I heard you say. All right, I can't remember what it was. Go for it.
Well, there was a Texas state ban attempt to ban guns at the state fair. That one was, of course, the city of Dallas in 2002 leased part of its property, about 77 acres, to private entity, and now that private entity wants to ban all guns, which Texas is a right to carry. I think you can carry concealed, or you don't have to have a permit at all, I don't think. And of course, open carry has always been allowed there, just like it is here in South Dakota and North Dakota, right? It's the same way, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they Jeff Coulter, of course, they had 2023, a young man named Alexander Turner. I hate to say anybody's name. He fired 2 or 3 shots and wounded 3 people at the fair. Well, from the report, Jeff Kottner, the director of security of the fair, says they still don't know how Turner got the gun into the fairgrounds. And then in the quotes, it says, "I'm a little emotional. I'm sorry," he said to the local reporter. It was a very traumatic on Saturday night. He says that I have to do the list on this one. He says that in the time since the shooting, they've made some subtle changes, like new fences and a main entrance and an increased security. I like this one. Now, you're talking about a state fair, 77 acres, right? We've moved 2 extra officers from one spot to another spot, and we've moved a police stand about 30 feet. Well, I feel safe for you. It's dummy. Anyway, I'll tell you what, just let the people who are carrying concealed or carrying open, and you don't have to worry about the wackos, because they're going to. It's like watching the video of some guy walking into the. I had that, and I sent it to Clay. Guy walks into and tries to rob a gun store, and he figured out real quick that it was not a smart move, because all the employees were carrying, and all the employees shot him. And I'm thinking it would happen the same way there. And now, would it be traumatic for kids and everything else to have that happen? Well, it'd be a lot less traumatic than having themselves shot, or and just seeing that guy shot. I mean, one more scumbag out of the situation and out of the equation.
Perfect, right?
And we're perfect, But I'd rather see that than one of the scumbags getting the drop on all of us and taking us down while we're waiting in line for the twister. It's just ridiculous.
And hey, if you ban it, do you think people who are willing to just go blast into a crowd at a state fair and kill people care one damn bit about a freaking gun ban? No, they don't give a shit about a carry ban. I mean, come on, man. You hit a quote our great leader. Come on, man.
Hey, by the way, so in August of 2024, in response to the incident, which did not involve anyone with a carry permit, the state fair changed its policy to ban people with carry permits from carrying on the fair. Okay. Now, that is despite studies that have shown that people with carry permits in Texas are less likely to break the law than law, than anyone else. And I'm like, going, well, duh. One thing is like, if you go through the effort of getting a carrying permit, you're taking the effort. You went through your sheriff, you went through this, and you went through your check and everything else, and it got signed off on. And there's a reason for that, because you're a law-abiding citizen. And you know what? Law-abiding citizens aren't waving their guns around like wackos or doing the gangster thing and all that other stuff. I mean, it's just not what happens. An armed society is a polite society. Thank you very much.
That's right. That's right. And so did it say whether the guy who shot into the crowd at the state fair before, he didn't have carry permit?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, people just don't use common sense. But you did say, so the fairgrounds are owned privately, though?
Yeah, and they leased it out, or they sold it or leased it or whatever, like a bunch of years ago. But yeah, it's just Texas now. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has threatened to sue the city of Dallas to require the state fair to restore the situation to what it was from 2002 to 2023. Now he says in a quote, Texas law clearly states that licensed to carry holders may not be prevented from carrying a firearm on property owned or leased by the government unless otherwise prevented by state statute, which it's not.
Okay. So the state actually owns it, but they're leasing it to somebody?
Leasing it, right.
Okay. So, okay. So then, and that's the case, I think all, federal publicly owned taxpayer owned land. I mean, if there's anywhere you can exercise your rights other than private property, it's that, right? Because it's the people's, and it's a people's right to keep and bear arms. So yeah, banning carry on there is that's unconstitutional.
And that's a mental thing that we have lost. I think we have had the government train everybody out there to think that government property, or whatever land is, federal or this or that, belongs to them and not us, as opposed to being a representative nation
100%.
Where there is no them, there is only us. And then we have representatives, but the representatives have not done their part in telling people and informing people that they are there to represent, not to rule over. So
they forget that whole part, Mike. And in particular, this administration has been doing that. So it's only going to get worse if Queen Kamala or Commie Kamala, whatever you want to call her. So one quick thing here, Gene, you put his comment up there. Gene was on. He was on with Scott Bachmeyer, our buddy Scott Bachmeyer, Saturday morning.
Right. Good
show. I listened. Nice job, Gene. You and Scott did a great job, and I enjoyed that show. If anybody missed it, you can go check that out on Scott's YouTube channel as well. But yeah, just awesome. give him some kudos. It was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got you guys are jumping around doing some big things up there, and so that's the best thing is that we're getting ourselves out there, and people like us. That's the best way to say it, right?
Right.
We're getting on the show.
Yeah, I was going to have haters, but that's their problem. They're weird.
Well,
people.
And they're we'll have
they're weirdos.
They're weirdos. I mean, I had that talk with my son tonight, earlier today too, because I. Personally, I know me and Clay go back on this a few times. It's like being gay or whatever else doesn't bother me, and it's somebody else's life. But now I talked to my son about this stuff, and I have for years. And I said, because I don't want him to build up any intolerances to these people, but at the same time, I want him to be safe and protected. So, he was telling me that we've got a couple of kids who think they're puppies at his school that and this and that. And he says, I don't give a damn. That's my son. He says, I don't give a damn, except when they start proselytizing to him. And it's like, their way is a good way. Why don't you join us? And I'm like going, that's the thing. It says, one, I don't like to be preached to from anybody. And I know they're coming from a YouTube podcast. That's probably the weirdest oxymoron right there. But, and that's the thing though. It's like, do your thing in your life. And I don't care. For centuries, people have done what they want to do in their house, in their bedroom, and everything else. And I'm fine with it. It's the proselytizing it gets.
Oh, I got I don't know what that word means.
Oh, that's when you go out and try to convert people to your religion.
I like that. That's a good word. I hate that shit too.
I had that on a word calendar thing a while back, so it's stuck in my head. So there you go. It's my word of the day thing. But yeah, it's like. Gene Cox, haters are fans too.
Yes, they are. Hey, haters, thanks for watching and listening.
I'll tell you what, we're about 27 minutes in, and of course we've got our great sponsors we want to help out on this.
All right, let's hit it.
I got a new one that I was going to play for Clay, but you're here, and I think you might enjoy it. Let me make sure I've got I want to get my my double ads here real quick. So, wait a minute. I think I might have heard the subtle sounds of Clay Peterson out there. Oh my God.
Oh, he's got his Russian hat on. Comrade Clayton.
I want
Comrade Clayton.
I think we had an attack, so I wanted to fit in. Oh, hey. Oh,
awesome.
Funny.
Yeah, I saw that storm coming up that way, but yeah, I thought it was pretty much to the east of you. I didn't think it was going to affect you.
But that's where a lot of the substations are. I don't know what happened.
All right.
I mean, we were kicked out. I actually am still kind of running maybe half speed and things like that on the internet.
Oh, it looks pretty clear.
Yeah, it's working. I went and shut everything else off. So we're like old school here again, Jamie. Everyone has to shut off now while we're on.
Yeah. Start getting blurry. You scream at the wife and kids. Turn that shit off.
Oh man. Hey, we were getting ready to hit a commercial. You want to hit a double on this first one?
Sure.
I got this new one for you, Clay. I want you to watch this. This is our new little. We'll be right back. So here you guys go.
Oh my God.
I'm from the Athlete's Foot Foundation.
Brother, hey, can you get my demo tape to somebody?
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we are back.
We are back, baby.
That was some funny stuff right there, Mike.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one.
enjoy that one.
They don't like freed stuff that pushes freedom.
They don't. Some people
I
don't
don't
get
know.
it.
Looks like we need a 3-person show. We got like 28 people on tonight. Holy cow.
We got good. Well, we got a lot more over.
Out, Jamie. 16 at Twitter. Thank you guys over there at X. We know that's
awesome, man.
Channel. And I think Mike and I figured it out. I think we figured out how to make it work, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had to get off Twitter. Off.
Twitter's been kicking ass for us. Appreciate everybody who started following us too. We needed to get over 1,200. We predicted it, and it did. So that's awesome. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Rumble's doing good. We keep growing there. Remember, we have our new one over there too. So search them both out, like the new one, because we want to transition over to that one. I hate that word transition after the liberals stole it, but
Yeah, they did. Like progressive, they made me hate that word too.
progressive, yeah, they and I
I went to the casino. I went to the
After-
casino and they had the progressive big jackpot.
I
And
don't even want to play
I
it.
had to walk away.
Right.
Well, I won't even go. They had Larry, the cable guy, up here at a place that the reservation owns, which I won't mention because I'm not giving them any free time. But it's too bad because they got a nice facility there. And I've been to a couple concerts in the past, but after they allowed those riots to happen, which were true riots, over the Dakota Access Pipeline and destroy things and cost the North Dakota taxpayers, what was it, $2 million to clean up?
Yep.
I'm never spending a dime there. And it's too bad because they had a really nice concert, hall. There wasn't a bad seat in the place.
Nope.
Yeah. I was at a few down there. And I don't know, a few times I was there. I enjoyed my time down there, but I'm like you, Clay. That really soured me on it. So
it did me too. It did me, and it's like I said, it's too bad because I did enjoy it. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I just thanks for coming on, Jamie. I sent Jamie a quick text like, Jamie, I just lost power.
Yeah, no problem. I was sitting here doing some brass prep. I'm getting some had to get some rounds ready for my daughter for the deer open. That's 2 weeks from Friday, baby.
And I don't know if you're planning to come here. If you're going someplace, if you are, great. I think I secured you some river bottom land too up north of me. So
awesome, man. Appreciate that.
That doesn't surprise me because it's it's Danelle's cousin, so you might know the guy.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, hey, it's not who you blow, it's who you know, or whatever the thing. Maybe I said it backwards.
Well, Kamala.
Yeah, well, it works for her. Both of them.
Mike, you got a picture for us, don't you? About
I do. Wait a minute, I do have that. Hold on a second. I've got that down there somewhere. Let me look. This guy was out. This is actually down by the Shakopee, I think, in area.
Yeah, Kamala.
Oh, that is savage.
So that guy wasn't mincing words. He pretty much told you what he thought. So
yeah. Wrong with that guy. I think
Gene asks. He says 223 prep. Yeah, Gene, I am prepping it mostly.
Oh wait, you can't use the word prep or prepper. You're a new MVE.
Oh, that's right, new MVE. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's what I heard you guys mention. We can talk about. But yeah, I am prepping it up mostly Lake City brass. I've actually mixed my brass up on my 223s. Man, it still shoots under an inch pretty good for me. So, yep, love that. And some 55 grain Sierra soft point boat tail Game Kings. Gene, that's what she's going to use. We tested on that gel blocks out at Axes. Works great. Even out of that 16-inch barrel, we got like 12 inches of penetration. So, daughter's ready to put smackdown on one, man.
All right. Hey, Lynette says, I love that they're calling Walls her emotional support VP. That's funny.
I mean, he's her support. I mean, he seems like the weaker-minded person to me, really.
Well, I think that's what it means.
I think he's got some anger issues too. I mean, when did you see him start talking about guns? You could just see it's like when Biden, at the Democrat convention when Wall started talking about guns, man, you could see him turning red. His sweat started beading up and anger boiled up in his voice. I mean, Biden does the same thing. Kamala can't. She just cackle boxes. Or when she talks about Christmas, she gets mad. But
yeah,
there you go.
So, get back to the deer season quick, Jamie.
Yeah.
I can tell you we were up to that. We were loading out of the area just across the way from there, and there was tons of whitetails running that river bottom. So I'm very confident that
awesome
we can get you what you need. Anyway.
Well, I told her we're going to head out to Axes once or twice more, and she's going to have to. We got the tripod because we shot off the bench. But I said, you need to, and she has shot prone, but I said, I want you to shoot prone more. And I got the tripod. I want you to shoot off that in case we got to do it. And I told her 200 yards and in, I know I can hit it. I said, yeah, you can. But the 223, I'm limiting you to 200. Hey, I'd rather it be a 50-yard shot. Maybe it will be. Yeah. Gene says, didn't the 223 transition to 300 blackout? It did. I mean, if you like lobbing cannonballs, go ahead and get yourself a 300 blackout. I still like a little flat or something shooting like the. Of course, 300 black with a suppressor. If somebody breaks into your house or they're within 100 yards, man, that thing is a hammer for sure.
I can tell you, I'm a half owner with a 300 blackout with Whalen, And I do like the round. We took it on the hog hunt. We've had it now 2 times on the hog hunt. It's a lot of fun, but it's a very short distance gun. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But it does the job.
Yeah. I think that would be a great hog hunt. I mean, I've never hog hunted, but every time I see it, it's always in trees and not really out. Even the open field shots to me seem like they're pretty close. But
well, we can fix that.
Yeah, I know. We're also talking. We're also talking about going to a SHOT Show, but anyway, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this new MVE thing because I mean, I've somewhat read on it, but I think my blood's gonna get boiling. Let's hear it, man.
Well, so lawyer Stefan Stambolia, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm getting better at that, right, Mike?
Stambolia, you're pretty good. Stamboy.
Anyway, the FBI has now released more documents, our esteemed FBI, that hopefully when Trump gets reelected, we can tear that agency apart and rebuild it. The list seems to be an updated list. Remember, we had one before. I think we both, Jamie and Mike, we've all talked about this on here.
Yeah, and of course, we're always adding to the list, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a couple people. It's always good. Brian Wandernick, boys. Good evening, fellow MVEs. So, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I started out usually and go, hey, good evening, fellow MVEs. But, hey, I was, like I said, I think I was under attack, so I got my Russian hat on. So. Anyway, so they come up with they added some terms. Molan Labe, imagine that, huh? Prepping. Yeah. You say the word prepping now. And Second Amendment or 2A. Gee, I guess we're screwed because I use that term all the time.
I mean, the First Amendment's going to be the same thing pretty soon, right? Because we learned that they actually did talk to Zuck and told him, hey, shut her down with these guys. And like I said, I have listened to podcasts of a guy that used to work for Facebook. They specifically hired this guy because he's kind of an independent right leaner, but somebody there knew him and they knew he was a gun guy. They hired him on there, and I've heard him a couple times, and he specifically said they put me in this department to specifically look for gun stuff and make stuff up to ban these guys and gun channels and all that crap. So that's just real.
It's very real. We're seeing it on YouTube itself, CommieTube. That's what I've nicknamed it because that's what it is. I imagine we're going to be nixed there. There's lots of people already they're losing their channels.
Yeah, big time.
And I imagine it's going to happen to us.
Guess who doesn't ban you for gun stuff?
That was
Rumble and X. And not only I know I said this before, Clay, but I got to say it one more time. And Deke, Facebook doesn't give any money to Trump. They give zero. They give it to Kamala. YouTube gives money to Kamala Harris. They hate Donald Trump. X, Elon Musk, $34 million a month to Donald Trump. And the guy gets more right every day. It's freaking awesome. And Rumble's owned by Dan Bongino and some of the guys, I guarantee you they give money to Donald Trump too.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you guys and gals who bitch about supporting commies, hey, get on X, get yourself an X, get yourself a Rumble account. All our videos are going up on Rumble, and we send them out. They go right on to Facebook because of that. That was a good go-around Clay got for me because I'm banned from posting anything like that for
I got banned for something too, but I don't know what. I don't think I reshared one of your videos, and I got banned for a while too, and they wouldn't tell me why, of course.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Deacons. You're part of GAT701, baby.
Yeah,
and
there
then
you go.
You're an MVE now. What else? So sorry, Clayton, go ahead.
No, why don't you guys take it? I'm trying to take care of this.
We got a spammer on there, not a spammer. So all right. So other than they added in 2A and they added in Molan Labi. If nobody knows what Molan Labi means, it means come and take it.
Yeah.
Right. It's from was it from a Greek thing when they they were at war with somebody and they were going to take the sword, right? Or was
I think it all goes back to the 300 type thing, It's all the 300 at Thermopylae.
Right, Thermopylae. There you go.
See, I went to school and remember a few things. Thermopylae. See, there you go.
I just remember from the movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah. There's a lot of sweaty abs in that, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think all the warriors of wherever he was from there. This is Sparta. I don't think they were all that big and ripped, but made for a hell of a good movie.
Oh no, there was a lot of spray painting. If you ever watch the making of that thing, it's amazing the 6-packs they spray paint on everybody.
Really?
And digital stuff too. That was one of the early days.
I want to try that.
I mean, if we could do digital abs on us, we would be the best looking group out there. And I'll tell you what,
Get the wrinkles out of there, my curls.
I have a great 6-pack under the keg. By the way, I got that guy Ultrascripto Pro, whatever. He was on
Perfect.
Twitch, of all places.
All right.
I nixed him.
So Barbara, you may proceed on the MVE thing here. Keep going with that, Clay.
Well, you know, I've got something for the Ultra Heuristic Pro, whatever like that. So I'm sure he would enjoy this. This is a new sponsor we have. It's Dim Dates.
Hard. During election season, forget about it. So if you're a Democrat looking to date other Democrats, try demdates.com. At Demdates, you could be a he, him, his searching for a she, her, hers, or maybe a they, them, theirs trying to match with a she, her, they, them, or even a he, she, they. You could be LGBTQ looking for an AOC, or a single mamala who desires a man who's not only in touch with his feelings, but also believes billionaires should pay their fair share. We support your right to choose at demdates.com. Membership is easy. If you can pronounce Kamala's name correctly, you're in. Not available in Texas, Florida, the southmost of the Midwest, and Idaho. Demdates.com. Where lives find love.
So we got something for everybody. See, we're all inclusive here at Guns in the 701.
Our DEI, right? So,
You nobody came bum rush the studio when you played that one, Mike? Like
I got in trouble by playing one of those things. Well, we played it a couple weeks ago.
We played the Elon and Trump deal, and I thought it was funny. I'm a Trump fan.
I laughed. Yeah. If anybody, I'm like, I should always run all this stuff by Clay first because
I thought it was pretty funny. I really did.
This guy came in and he, called me a libtard and all this other stuff. You damn liberals and this and that. And I got up in his face pretty hard, and I was doing the baseball umpire thing where I had my hands in my pockets, but I was doing the bump up against.
I'm kind of just curious how big a guy he was. I never met you in person, Mike, but you don't look like a small American. You look like a pretty large fella.
Well, I'm 6 foot. He was about 6'2". He was about my age, but he was a corn-fed country boy. So I mean, he was a big boy.
Okay, because I was like, me and Axe were talking about that, and Axe said that too. He's like, I don't know what this guy looked like, but he said Deacon's ain't a small dude, and he walked in there. I don't know. He must have been pretty confident of himself. So.
Over a little Roy D. Mercer there, and how big?
By God!
By God! I'll come down there and I'll slap the silly off of you.
By God, I got a 55-gallon drum of whoop ass there, Deacons. I'm gonna pour it out all over you.
By therapy, shock, or a blow to the head.
Well, we got all that stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm playing with all this stuff now. Now Clay's got his box, and I got my sound box over here. There we go.
Wrong one. That ain't what I
We
wanted.
lost it. We got to label that.
There it is. The face slap.
Perfect.
When you buy something on Temu, it works, but all the things are labeled incorrectly.
It's because you're using it in English from left to right. They're doing everything from right to left.
The label printer, and then just stick them right next to your button.
I'm gonna have it. I'm definitely gonna have it. I do got this one down though. We can start out like this, and then go boom.
And there we are. We're banned from Facebook again.
Yeah. Maybe CommieTube will take us out.
Get after him and go, hey, why are you banning me on your YouTube channel? That ain't fair.
That's not fair.
Oh my God. We went off on a really wrong rail here, but well,
that's all right though. It's been a fun time for everybody.
So
I hope it's been a fun time for everybody. But
what about Mr. Scaramucci or whatever you said this guy's name was? Scamboli. There you go.
Yeah, they got, like I said, they got their new symbols, their new symbol guide, their new suspicious terms, all from the FBI. Oh, by the way,
hey, this is the MVE right here, NRA.
I don't have that. I just got.
Well, you got a flag. You're racist.
Well, I got a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, so I suppose that makes.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Yep.
So, anyway, what they got on here now is also, and the document says that a militia, violent extremist. Yes, I see a new T-shirt coming.
There you go.
Might regard red flag laws, aka extreme risk protection orders, as unconstitutional. Imagine that. They're unconstitutional. That's horrible. You can't say that. You're an MVE.
Fourth Amendment violation law.
Yeah, Fourth Amendment. I was just talking about the First Amendment today with the, well, we won't go into that at the Lemon High School. But I'm telling you right now, guys, things are bad out there. And the FBI, if Kamala was able to cheat this thing, if they're able to steal this one, it's probably checkmate, guys. We're going to.
Oh, it is, Clay. It is. It is.
You know what's going to happen.
When I was on Bell's show today towards the end. That's what I said. You know, if Kamala wins, she gets another, just like Biden. Trump got 100 judges put in, federal judges and Supreme Court. Biden doubled that. Biden's over 200. Kamala gets in. She gets another 200 judges, and we get another 10 million illegals in here, of which facts are most legal and illegal immigrants here end up being Democrats, 65 to 70%. So, I mean, we're screwed. This is it, man. Either you get it done and we keep Americans and let them come in here legally, and we get constitutional. What I don't like is when these guys, even Clay and Buck do, when they say conservative justices, they're constitutional judges.
They better be.
Right. They're constitutionalists. And the Democrats, plain and clear, of anybody who pays attention, they are unconstitutional judges.
Very much so. And it's in their platform. It's everywhere. Just look at how they talked. I suffered through some of that DNC convention because I have to know what the enemy's doing. And I'm telling you, they don't even hide the fact. You can tell who their heroes are. Saul Alinsky, Marx, Stalin. I mean, you just name the horrible dictatorships. And
who was actually worse than Hitler, by the way?
Who was very
bad. Stalin, right?
Yeah, Stalin was horrible. Horrible.
Killed way more people than
20 million of his own people.
Of his own, right?
Absolutely.
And if anybody doesn't know, when the Germans surrendered at Stalingrad, which whatever, I couldn't care, but almost none of those people ever returned home from the gulags because they all got worked to death or murdered and tortured.
Right.
You know.
Funny how they don't like Cubans coming over. That is, isn't? Because most time Cubans come over and they turn Republican because they've been under a true communist dictatorship for decades.
And you know what most of those people say when they talk to them, those Cubans that come here, Clay? What do they say is happening here that they've?
Well, it's emulating exactly what happened.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly right, Clayton.
I had the privilege of meeting one at actually not this North Dakota GOP convention, but the one before, and great guy. He was actually a Cuban immigrant, and he was telling me then, he goes, we are on a bad track here. That's why I got involved when I got into North Dakota. Hell of a great guy. It was a great conversation with him. And it's almost scary when you listen to the people who came from that kind of an environment. They thought this was the place to be free. And they're like, whoa. Guess what? You guys are letting it happen here. Don't let it happen. Don't let them take your guns. Don't let them take your guns.
I have a brother in the Masonics Lodge that in Yankton. Well, he actually came from somewhere else, but he was from Cuba and he escaped here, legally got everything done in asylum, and then became a citizen about 4 years ago. But it took him about 15 years. He was a Masonic brother there, but there it's illegal to be a Masonic brother, punishable by death, by the way, or thrown in jail. And so
think about that, Jamie, right there, what Mike said, punishable by death.
Unreal.
Exercising your rights.
Yep, just take them out.
I'm part of a group. I'm part of a group, and that the state doesn't believe in, and therefore I am dangerous, and my life means nothing. So it goes right to show you. So
absolutely, and that's what they'll do. That's what they would love to do.
Well, not only so, I said judges and the illegals come here to end up voting, and not only that, we already have weaponized government agencies, which that will get to the point where it's irreversible, and they will control everything.
Absolutely.
Which, I mean, they control so much now. But as much as you don't like the FBI, the CIA, I mean, they're going to flip the police force. Like I said before, Democrats don't hate police. They hate police who are actually enforcing our Constitution. Democrats hate real police. They want their own police.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you do that, I mean, I see it in a lot of sheriff's departments right here in North Dakota. I'm sure you do down there in South Dakota as well, Jane or Mike. Think about exactly what they're doing. They take that money, I call it a bribe, and then they switch over and they go and do the federal, basically whatever they want them to do. Oh, here, guys, take this. We'll give you this equipment, or we'll give you this surplus, but you have to do this, and this. There is no such. I love my government teacher. He said there's no such thing as free money from the government.
Well, we talked about that earlier before when you were knocked off the air for a little bit about the marijuana stuff and legalizing in North Dakota, and that's the problem, is letting the states dictate that and get the money. And I was talking about how time after time after time the lottery system was promised to be the savior of education. savior of education. But you know what? Very little of that money goes. And here's the thing:
I
in
think it's less than
Ohio,
5%. If I remember right, the last thing I seen in South Dakota was less than 5% actually making it to education now.
Now in Ohio, they promised. I was a kid back when they brought the lottery in there. They promised this huge amount to go there, but it turns out that in the small print, for the longest time until I think 2015, that the only money that goes to the schools is money that wasn't claimed by winners of the lottery.
Wow.
So, between the small tickets and the big tickets and everything else, if you never claim the money, that money would go to the lottery, but everything else went to the state coffers.
I remember when they were passing that in South Dakota. Actually, it was still in school. And it was a big thing in our government class because I was blessed. We had a great government teacher in Mr. Bill Earhart. The guy was phenomenal, Korean War vet, and that's probably why he made sure we knew the real ins and outs of our constitutional republic. But he basically said they're trying to pass this thing. He goes, not that I'm against it. Kind of sounds like me, don't it? But I know that they're going to waste the money. He says, now, if they want to pass this and have video lottery in the state of South Dakota, I'd be for it. If they earmark it, it can't be spent anyplace else. If they want to give it to the schools, great. Then they have to eliminate property tax and get rid of it. If you're going to add a tax, you have to get rid of a tax. And they didn't do that. And like I said, I think it's now less than 5% is actually going where it was supposed to go when they were. But you got to remember, they didn't legislatively make it into law or put it on paper. They just said they were going to do it.
And if you remember, Clay, correct me on the number if I'm wrong, but for every new law or regulation that was put in, Trump got rid of 16 of them, which was like the highest ratio of any president in I don't know how many decades, right?
That
was like 16 to 1. For every new regulation, he got rid of 16.
Well, and I know we're jumping around here, and that's fine. This North Dakota initiative that's on the ballot here in November, I am going to vote no. Right. Has nothing to do with marijuana, okay? I don't care. You want to smoke and fry your brain, knock yourself out. The war on drugs hasn't worked, will never work. And look what alcohol, that worked real good, didn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, and it's still a scheduled drug. It's still right now as a federal problem when you go buy a gun. So that doesn't change because you've got to answer that question. On the
if you do, you lie, and then you automatically are a felon.
Yep.
You're Hunter Biden.
Like Hunter, yeah. Like Hunter.
You're going to pull a Hunter.
But like non-Hunter Biden.
Yeah. So, but my biggest problem is, and I'm looking at these estimates, and I think they're actually underestimating it. 10.3 million is what they say is going to come in. I like how they call it revenue. No, it's called tax.
No. I think that is under. I think that is under.
I think it's way under.
Yeah, way under, actually.
I don't want anything going to the state of North Dakota unless they're going to collect it and eliminate another tax. Hey,
that ain't happening.
How about property tax? So they want to know where some of that's going to come from. There you go, right? Although it's already taken care of, but that's a whole nother issue. I am never, ever going to vote for anything that drops more money into the state's hands to do with what they want. And they're already, I bet you money. I mean, I was reading this article. Oh, the cops want some and highway patrol want, really, they already want $3 million for things. And I agree with Ben Koppelman in this deal. And I know Ben pretty well. And I agree 100%. He's going to vote against it. He thinks that we could get rid of that stuff. I think that $4 million they wanted for what, breath things or something?
Yeah, it's a breath oral thing that they can.
They don't need it. Get rid of that. Put that on the income side. Transfer that to the income side. Then you can use it somewhere else. But to me, if they pass this, I wish when they did it, I wish they'd have said that has to be earmarked to eliminate property. I want to see it eliminate property tax. Why not?
Why not be a test state for the rest? I mean,
absolutely. I don't want it going to the school. Think about that. Let's pass an initiative to let you buy and sell drugs and use them as you like to fund the schools. And then we'll have a don't do drugs campaign in the school. Perfect.
So are there any states that actually have no property tax? I guess I never even thought of that before.
There was one that passed it this year. I forget when it goes into effect. I don't remember which one it was, Jamie. But there is one that actually passed that. And I want to say it was Alabama or it's one of them. I don't honestly remember. Tell you what, we need to go to a break anyway.
Yeah.
So let's take the quad You want to do that, Mike? Take it in there?
Wad,
I
yeah.
call it wad.
I like that. I like that.
And I'm going to try to look up that property tax deal.
Yeah.
Well, you look up that property tax, and let me see what I got here real quick. That's double. See, we got to label these things better. I got to get better at this. So I
mentioned that to Clay, and you guys are the computer guys. That are doing.
There you
know,
go.
I can do a lot of shit on my phone.
I can take it.
No, I got it. So let's go ahead and hit this real quick. So there we go.
The man who loves walking will get further than the man who.
I hit the wrong one.
I believe that was badass of the.
That was badass of the.
Here, I got it.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give him a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey, walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, can cop my stilo, head to the top, bottom line is a motto.
All right, we are
All right.
back, and I have an answer for you. Alaska. Alaska is the state that does not have a state property, or state level property tax.
Right.
That's kind of what they're in North Dakota, guys. I can't stress this enough. to North Dakotans, you should vote for this thing and eliminate the property tax. There is a funding mechanism for it, as well as it does not eliminate property taxes on a county level. If you have roads that need to be taken care of, or police forces that need this, or any of the things that are being provided for right now, they can levy it, but they have to have an ending for it. It can't go on forever.
Ever.
And it eliminates the property tax value. That's what it's based on right now. You are paying taxes on an unrealized value. That's the problem with assessed value property taxes. I never ever own my property. I have to rent it from the government. That's actually fundamentally wrong, as far as I'm concerned. So it's BS. And then every time something goes up, or a neighbor buys a house, or someone buys land next to me, and maybe it's a war between two people that want that piece of land, it really isn't worth X amount of dollars an acre. Irrelevant. They want to raise my property taxes based on a sale that I'm never going to make. Again, it's almost as bad as the Democrats, the commies, who want to have this capital gains unrealized tax base.
Yeah.
So they want to take everything you have that you have in your assets and your retirement, and then they really have proposed this a couple of times, by the way, that if you have a capital gain of X amount of percent on your investments, they want to tax you on it. I mean, that's insane. Well, that's what they do right now to us with property. I mean, Jamie has a house, I imagine, in Burleigh County and in Bismarck. It keeps going up in value.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And your property tax goes up accordingly.
Yep.
Well, isn't that nice? You're never going to see that until maybe you decide to sell when you're older. Like me, this place is never for sale.
Right.
I'm going to keep paying property tax based on its value, which is zero until it's sold.
Yeah. You know, that's the same with my dad's ranch. I mean, when he's gone, I'm never selling it. So, I mean, I'll be paying on that shit forever.
I mean, assessed value property tax is the worst one, I think, out there. There's not as many landowners as there used to be. And
Jay Titan's really getting hammered with it.
I never, ever get to own my property free and clear. And by the way, try it, guys. If you don't pay them, they'll come with men with guns and take your property.
Yep.
Suddenly they like guns.
But
Hey,
you love
Clay,
that.
by the way, with guns that nobody needs, right? They want to ban except for them.
Well, which ones?
AR-15s and semi-automatic
Imagine
handguns.
that.
I mean, that's the tip of the spear. I'm stealing Dougie's line here. We can be the tip of the spear. Dougie, just a tip. Just a tip.
Just a tip. Only
Promise.
So I got to add to this. We went way off course, but that's okay. I got material for Friday now. But
There you go.
I did look at Alaska. So their stuff is based a lot on oil and basically gas production, right?
Right.
Taxes go up and down with the value of oil
Of oil.
and drilling and whatnot. So what they did is, you'll love this. I was reading about what they do, and they prioritize in those low and lean years. So when it's good, they put a little money away. Well, we have the legacy fund, a little bit different than what Alaska does. But then they prioritize their spending. What a novel idea. We don't have the money coming in, so we're going to prioritize the spending and cut accordingly. And that's what they do. They cut and reduce non-essential expenditures to align with our state's fiscal realities. That's right off of their site. They utilize the state reverse. Strategically, we use Alaska's vast reserves to bridge that temporary gap that we see for long-term sustainability when prices are low in oil and gas. Well, we're in North Dakota, my goodness. What do we have? Oil, coal, natural gas. I think we can do it. Did you notice everybody against the property tax thing right now? You got me started. They are all government associations.
Oh, yeah.
So the only people that want to keep it are government who wants to keep taxing you. That should tell you enough right there. I'm sorry, but to me, if you do not vote yes on this, you're part of the problem. And you can get pissed at me. I don't care. Property tax should be eliminated in the state of North Dakota, and this is the time to do it. You know what? Even if you are skeptical and say, well, how are they going to fund it? Well, let's try it, because what we've been doing isn't working. Force the legislature to make cuts.
Yeah.
They seem like drunken soldiers.
Well, it's like banning arming teachers and staff in schools. We've been doing that shit since 1992, and how's that working out? It ain't working out worth a shit.
Not worth a damn.
There's piles of dead bodies that prove that.
Absolutely. So Yeah, you got all these comments, didn't you?
Yeah, most of them. You know, speaking on that, Jamie, as I was listening to somebody the other day on another podcast, and he made a good statement on this. He's like, you know, they talk about school giving teachers guns, and they say it. The Dems say it like they say, well, we want to. The NRA and all these guys want to force all these teachers to all carry guns, and that's not what it is. They want the teachers to have the right, if they want to,
exactly,
to train and carry and be prepared should the inevitable or some bad thing happen. I mean, Lord knows, thinking proactively for once in our lives is not a bad thing.
Right, and that's my point. Yeah, we've tried not arming the teachers and staff, and it doesn't work. I mean, it's a slaughterhouse, you know. But try and talk common sense to somebody about letting. And I, you know, my wife's a teacher, and I know a lot of people who are teachers and otherwise in schools, and it's probably about, you know, what they tell me, about 50%. You know, one of my good buddies tells me it's about 50% who want it. So he said the schools are about. And you know, but that's what they say, a bunch of them too. Oh, I don't want to be forced to do it. And my friend's like, you're not being forced to do it. It'd be your damn choice. And you'd have to go get trained, you know, once a year, take the training course, whatever. They're all fine. I would be fine with that if it would let me carry in a damn school. Remember, Clay, we had that here. All we had to do to let anybody carry in a school, right, was to go take the Bismarck PD's whatever, super duper Jedi training course. And then you can, but guess what? School board neeks that shit.
Yep. And that's the problem. South Dakota's had this on the books for years too. We fought really hard to get it through. And I don't know one school in South Dakota that their school board has allowed it. I think North Dakota's got a couple.
Right.
I mean, why would you say no though? Because if you took the Jedi training, Jedi Knight pistol course and you passed it, why shouldn't you be allowed to then?
Well, exactly, because it's not about that. It's about it's about control and to make sure that you can't exercise.
More guns aren't going to help the situation, JD.
Have you ever thought about positive thoughts?
Yeah. I like what Brian says. Is I've been an NRA member for a long time, and they've never forced me to do a thing. Exactly. And you're not going to be. I don't know where that narrative came from in the school.
But it is out there.
Other than from NEA was passing it. They were really pushing it. The National Education Association, which is a bunch of crap.
Well, if you saw the lady that's head of that at the DNC, they're talking. Well, you didn't see any of it, Clay, but wow. That's. Anyways, I'm not getting down that road. Go on with the comments.
No, you're fine. Well, Jay Tight, he says, I'll put this up there, and he's got a good point. He says, I've come to the realization that kids who vote Democrat have never owned a home, doesn't know what credit is, and how to utilize it. Hell, they can't even name the three branches of government, and that's sad too. And you're absolutely right, Jay. You hit it right on the head. That's why some of these kids go to college and they're Democrats, because they never have experienced being.
I know the three branches of government, Clay.
Oh yeah, what are they?
Yeah, President, FBI, and Facebook.
You know what's sad? That's probably what they think.
Yeah.
Well, I have a slug of these, and I pass them out. They cost me. I don't care. They're not too bad if you buy them in bulk from this place. I give one to everybody that will take one. And it's amazing to me that the kids I've given them to, I didn't think they'd read them. And then they'll see me later and go, hey, I got some good information. It helped me in school. I was like, no kidding.
The last time I saw you, never mind. We'll talk about it off here.
What's that? Okay.
No, that's is that the one from the Heritage Foundation? You can order.
It's a different one. This one comes from, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I forget where this one comes from.
But I know that the Heritage Foundation will, if you go to their website, you can get free copies sent to you.
You get one now, and it's one per person. But they're kind of, they just don't have the money to do it.
Right.
They are asking that you donate. I don't remember where I got this one. I'd have to look where I ordered.
You know, since Kamala is acting, like I said, I don't know, Clay, if you caught that. I told Deacon pretty soon she's going to come out like agreeing with everything Charlton Heston says. You know, because he's
He
so.
agrees with everything Trump says.
Should we go over a quick list here of what Kamala really believes in, other than total confiscation?
Yeah. Let's do
So, in case anybody forgot, you know, because they're not really even talking about like her gun thing and common sense bullshit. Go ahead and read that comment first, Clay, and then I'll hit it.
Well, that says Minot hired 10 new people to school our kids in social and emotional skills. Really? How about do your job and teach cursive history, math, etc.? And Lynette, I'm just going through this in Lemon right now, and my kids brought home some crap from health class. I spent 4 hours this morning just looking up a lot of stuff, talking to the Department of Education in South Dakota, and I know more now about their requirements than the teacher and the superintendent in Lemon High School know. And I brought that to their attention. They weren't very pleased that I knew more about it than them. And I even got accused, well, what do you know? Well, I emailed it. I won't call her what I think she is. I emailed it to her and said right here. And then I even highlighted it because she's obviously not smart enough to even look it up. This is the superintendent of the damn school, and she don't even know what the requirements are. They were using course study off of a freaking website out of Washington State. I learned that in 4 hours.
Oof.
Yeah,
Ouch.
So I'm going in tomorrow for a meeting at 7:15 in the morning. So I'll keep you all posted.
So speaking of commies, Clay.
Yeah.
Let's go through a little bit of what Kamala, you know, scrubbed and doesn't have on her website anymore. You know, they didn't have anything about the Second Amendment or any policy positions on Kamala.com.
Well, do they even have policy issues at all? I heard they
No.
don't have any.
She did an interview tonight, I guess. We'll see her and Walls are probably
it
under
was like CNN or
I
something.
heard she had her security blanket next to her.
left. Yeah. So, all right, let's go through. And this is a short list of what I mean. Like I said, trust me. If you think I'm full of shit, I'm not. She wants to ban. She would ban every gun she could, just like old. What was the old Wicked Witch of California's name? I can't remember her name.
Boxer and Feinstein.
Yeah, Die-Fi. So, anyways, number one here, Clay. Universal background checks. Okay. That hasn't stopped any mass shooting of these high profile. When I say mass shooting, I mean like school shootings, mall shootings, any of that bullshit workplace. No, these damn near every time, and I think other than like once or twice out of all of them, right, Clay, it stopped maybe two, maybe from getting a gun then, but it didn't. That universal background checks don't stop diddly shit, right?
Nope.
Okay, and all of my favorite, Clay's favorite, Deacon's assault weapon and standard capacity magazine bans. That doesn't stop shit either, right?
Nothing. Has never done anything.
That's not going to
pose on those of us.
I mean, yeah, have they been used in a lot of recent mass shootings? Yeah, but if they're not around, guess what? They'll do it, and I'm not going to go through the list of them. There's plenty of them.
You got guys carrying a brick of 22s, and it's 500, and you got the news reporting.
Stockpiling.
He was stockpiling, carrying an arsenal.
An arsenal, yeah. He had an ammo dump in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
I'm going to address.
Yeah, go for it.
DJ says, I thought Nome passed something. DEI material can't be taught in South Dakota. I believe she did. I can tell you that this issue I had, I lit the fire after I learned about it on Monday because that's what I do. I lit little fires all over, and then it spread like that's what I do. And I knew I was going to be busy Monday, Tuesday, loading out yearlings, so I didn't have time to deal with it. But I put the right people out there with the information. Oh, today when I called in, there was the superintendent was pissed because she had so many calls on this, including school board members, which was good.
Good.
And I can tell you right now that somebody who's very close to Nome was going to have a call with her today to see exactly what was going on. We looked at the revisions from the South Dakota Department of Education. The time it was revised was 2018 under Obama. And we feel that there needs to be a new revision because there was a lot of stuff added in 2018. But I will tell you this, Doug, it really wasn't horrible when I got the 47-page document, which I did go through. And I'm telling you, this is all being done locally because the schools in South Dakota have a lot of leeway with this. So if you got something bad in there and they're telling you they have to teach it, it's bullshit because they have a lot of leeway.
Oh, yeah. And, I like Christy Nome, and the pages you showed us, Clay, on the message board there, I think those sheets need to be taken to the gravel pit, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Okay, let's get another mandatory safe storage laws. Okay, so what that means is they want your gun locked up, they want your ammo separate, they want your magazine separate. So if you actually need your damn gun, it's not going to do you one damn bit of good. Because I guarantee you, Deacons and I were talking about earlier, criminals don't obey the law. Criminals aren't going to do that shit.
And remember that an unloaded gun is an expensive club.
Right. And what happens when you take a club to a gunfight?
You don't come back from that.
Yeah, you lose that shit quick. And this one, Clayton.
You're a Democrat, when you lose, you change the rules.
Yeah, right. So, Clay, I'll let you handle this one after I say repeal of the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, which the Democrats will tell you can't sue gun companies for anything.
Yeah, well, you can. All that did was basically eliminate frivolous lawsuits. You can still sue a gun manufacturer for faulty mechanical things that they knew about. Just like you can any other merchandise in the United States. Well, except drug companies, they're protected in the United States.
Thanks, Fauci.
Yeah. So, but you can't sue them, but you can sue gun manufacturers for faulty products. You cannot sue them because you think that little Joey over here, who probably don't know what race or what gender or what he even is doing, picked up a gun and killed someone because he has no value of life, because he's mentally ill.
We need more taxes to stop global warming.
Yeah.
Let's throw more money at it.
Money. It just
throw more money. That's all we need to do.
Yep. So which is what's coming up here? Not this one, but the very next one we'll get to. But increased red flag laws, which again have never stopped one damn mass shooting. There's no proof that it stopped anything. And to expand on that just for a hair, if you think no, the NRA has never supported one goddamn red flag law. Never.
Never. We were
contrary to anti-NRA freaks' belief.
Yeah, we were definitely accused of it. They tried to say we did. We did not. And I mean, that's when I was still working for them. The heat that we took on that, including in North and South Dakota, which I didn't have a problem with the calls. Okay, I'm not like the people in Lemon High School or some of these other entities. I'm fine with the call, but they didn't want to hear the truth.
Right.
And,
bullshit.
Yeah, and most of them, my first question would be,
that's what the internet told me, Clay.
Oh, I know. Well, my favorite thing got to be, are you an NRA member? Well, no. I said, well, thank you for your call, and I hang up. Because I don't represent anybody that's not a member, and that was the truth.
You should have said, slipped in there. I don't talk to commies. Click.
Yeah.
So getting to what Deacons was saying here, increase funding, Deke, for the ATF and increase funding for FBI to conduct more background checks.
More background checks.
Well, there's
with more taxpayer money.
So let's see. We've been setting records for how many months is it now?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be on like 50. We got to be on close to 50 now, right?
Oh yeah, I just had.
Or is it over?
It's over that. I just had this on
Mitchell in the morning. You said it a couple weeks ago, I thought.
And I mean, we're at another straight record for this quarter again. This has been going on ever since.
Guess what? I contributed to that this time. So to continue with the funding, guys, right here, this one really pisses me off. I mean, they all piss me off, but this one, increase funding for the CDC because guess what? Gun violence epidemic is a public health crisis.
Oh, yeah,
no, my gun doesn't make me unhealthy. Neither does my ammo.
No, it's not a health issue, just like DEI isn't a health issue. That is not a health issue as far as.
But they love it, right? When they can say that, and then a doctor can come out and tell you that guns bad.
Oh, well, no, that means a doctor can ask you if you have guns in your house.
Yeah, and that bullshit.
Do they make you feel uneasy?
Yeah.
Well, the biggest problem with that is then they don't have to go legislative. Think about it. If they make this a health issue, an actual one, and put it under the CDC,
no longer have to worry about
going through the law. Doing things. They can just start doing what the ATF has been doing. Do what they want, and that's the key. In fact, I just seen this. It says the official party platform of the Democrat National Committee says we believe we should treat gun violence. Remember, they want to, and that's as a deadly health crisis. It is. To understand what this means, consider that the Biden administration declared last June that gun control is a public health issue. announcing this initiative, the Surgeon General, there's a good person. That person's so mentally confused. He thinks he's a woman and an ugly one at that. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy said that when we
He is
understand
ugly.
that this is a public health issue, we then have the opportunity to take it out of the realm of politics and put it into the realm of public health. They're telling you what they want to do, right?
Like you just said, Clay, take it out of the people's hands, and we'll tell you what's good for you.
Exactly. And we saw a good taste of that in 2020, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and we'll get a shit ton more of it if Kamala wins.
Oh man, if Camel Toe wins, we are in trouble. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have some.
Yeah, I got some good comments there. Go ahead and hit them.
He's up here. Hey, Josh, good. He says, "What's up, fellas? I'm way too late."
Appreciate it, Josh.
Yeah, Jay says, I have a sister-in-law that teaches elementary school, and the county is selecting her to read books that include gay and trans characters. I asked her if the county also required prayer before class starts. Her response, here it is, was no, because of the children with multiple different religious backgrounds. I then say how hypocritical the schools to push these fag agendas on their children that goes against majority beliefs. By the way, I used that term today too. I don't think that the superintendent was pleased with it. And I made it a First Amendment issue because it is. And I asked strictly, I go, how come I have to listen to this, but they don't have to listen to my side? I said, there's no freedom from religion. It's freedom of. And they don't have a right not to hear our beliefs on this. And why do we have to have this forced upon us? Because, I mean, I don't care what they do. If they want to be in their bedroom and butt plug themselves, go for it. You know what? I don't
Pete Buddy plug.
Yeah, but I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to hear how great and how prideful you are of it. I don't need you to make me accept you because I'm not going to.
So, Clay, would that book be able to be read also if it said the NRA supports your Second Amendment civil right?
I would bet no.
Guaranteed not, because you can't talk about guns in school.
Well, and if I was her, I wouldn't do it. I'm not doing that. It goes against all my moral beliefs. I'm not going to do it. It's a mental illness. Now, if we want to talk about getting these people the help they need, great. Don't hate them. They're wrong. And I'd fundamentally believe that. And I'm going to take it even a step farther. I always take the leftist side of this idea that you evolve, which I don't believe in either. I believe in creation. But let's take their evolution theory. So if we're evolving means what? Supposed to make a better species, right? Supposed to get better.
Getting better, man.
Well, if you're gay, you cannot reproduce. It is physically impossible, whether they think they can identify and do it. You cannot physically reproduce with a female or a male and male.
Well, I saw that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. So, that being said, then they should die out, right?
I mean, it would. Mankind would. I mean, man, womankind.
Yeah, I'm on a roll tonight. I'm
yeah.
kind of fired
up. You should be apologizing, Clay, because Eric said global warming. That's from Clay's cows farting.
Oh yeah. Methane.
Tell him to fart harder. I want summer to last longer. It's not warm enough.
Nope.
Yeah, we actually had some nice days.
Can you feed him some beans, like some kidney beans or something?
I'll try it. We'll see how it works.
Tell them I'm going to stop. My daughter's going to stop some deer from farting, and maybe I will this weekend with my cheating crossbow.
I've never heard of a bean-fed cow before. That might be a new thing. That might be. I've heard grass-fed. I've heard all kinds of other stuff. Bean-fed.
Would that make it beaner beef?
I mean, that's nature's flamethrower when you get behind them and with a little fire, and they let one rip.
Oh, you think about when you got them in the winter, when you got them in the barns and stuff like that. I mean, that's going to be nice and toasty.
Oh yeah.
None will get caught in their tails then either when they take a dump, man. You'll singe all the hair off it.
There you
go. Boom.
Yeah. Well, we're really going down the road here, aren't we?
Yep. Yeah. So Doug says that the only mags that aren't in my guns are the extra mags that are ready to be loaded into the gun after one is empty. There you go. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Oh, Gene Cox, he says, if we evolved, where's the missing link between humans and what we evolved from? Exactly. And, I always ask some people, if we come from monkeys, right? That's what they keep telling me. Well, Obama and Michelle might have. Anyway, if we did, how come they quit? How come they quit? Why did they quit? I mean, it makes no sense. But
yeah, I mean, if the evolution should have continued, then I mean,
Eric Newman, he says, I'm keeping the population up for the gays that can't. He's right. He's got 6 kids.
There you go.
Yeah, you're way ahead of me.
Hey, Eric, this one's for you.
I'm glad you pushed the right button.
Yes, I did. I got that one down.
Hey, do we got time for a badass?
Oh, absolutely. I was just going to say that. We better hit on that.
I only got it's only a 6-minute one this time.
Perfect.
Then we'll probably come back, maybe do an armed citizen and wrap it up.
And I've got a little something for you. Do the armed citizens, but I've got one for you too. So we'll go ahead. So if you want to hit badass, we'll be good to go.
All right.
It's a BOW week 16.
All right.
The man who loves walking will get further than the man who only seeks the destination. Embrace the suck and carry on. The difficulty of the challenge determines the quality of the man who comes out the other side.
The future has not been written. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves.
Claw with our fingernails to that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from GunsInThe701.com, and it is time for another episode of Badass of the Week. And we've got a good one this week, although just a little different than the normal story. We like it though. Every week we try to give you a badass of history, and this week we go back to the late 1960s in New York City. It was a whirlwind of protest, music, and the ever-present shadow of the Vietnam War. Now, amidst the chaos, one Chick Donahue, a merchant seaman and Marine Corps veteran, found himself in a bar in Inwood, Manhattan. The bar was filled with the usual crowd of locals, all lamenting on the plight of their friends and family fighting in Vietnam. Now, as the conversation turned to the soldiers' hardships, some jokingly suggested that what the boys really needed was a cold beer from home. Chick, known for his adventurous spirit and a few drinks in, took the idea to heart. Why not, he thought. The next morning, with a clearer head and an unwavering resolve, Chick began a plan that would become one of the most audacious and heartwarming missions of the Vietnam War. Now, Chick spent the morning packing his duffel bag with cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon, the quintessential American beer, and donned his most conspicuous outfit, a Hawaiian shirt and khaki shorts. Now, with his seaman credentials, Chick managed to secure a spot on a merchant ship heading to Vietnam. The journey was long and arduous, but Chick and his determination never wavered. He worked as a greaser on the ship, which meant he was down below doing exactly that, greasing up the machinery. Now, upon arriving in Quy Nhon, Vietnam, Chick faced a daunting task of finding his friends. Well, that was kind of the problem. The war-torn landscape was stark contrast to the bustling streets of New York. Armed with nothing but his duffel bag and a list of names, Chick began his search. But he had no idea where his friends were. Now, he navigated through military checkpoints, dodged enemy fire, and relied on the kindness of strangers to point him in the right direction. Days turned into weeks, but Chick persisted, and it all paid off. He found his friend, Tom Collins, in a remote outpost. The sight of Chick, a civilian in a Hawaiian shirt carrying a bag of beer, left Tom and his comrades in disbelief. And I do believe the quote was,
"Chick, you crazy bastard! What are you doing here?"
That's what Tom exclaimed. The soldiers couldn't believe their eyes as Chick handed out cold beers, a taste of home in the middle of a war zone. Now, word of Chick's arrival spread quickly, and he continued his journey, tracking down each of his friends one by one. Now, each reunion was filled with laughter, tears, and the clinking of beer cans. Back then, they were 10. Now, for a brief moment, the horrors of the war were forgotten, replaced by the simple joy of friendship and a damn good beer like PBR. Now, Chick's beer run became legendary, a symbol of the lengths one man would go to for his friends. Now, when he finally returned to New York, he was greeted as a hero. The story of Chick Donahue's beer run was told and retold in bars across the city as a testament to the power of camaraderie and the enduring spirit of adventure. Now, John Chicky Donahue is famous for the incredible journey into Vietnam, known as the greatest beer run ever, back in 1968, and got that made into a movie a little while ago called The Greatest Beer Run Ever, if you want to check that out. Sources for this story: HistoriesHollywood.com, HistoryNet.com, WarHistoryOnline.com, Wikipedia, of course, because what would we do without them, TaskAndPurpose.com, and AllThatIsInteresting.com. Well, that's our tale for this week of a badass that did something pretty darn cool to boot. Chick Hicks, there you go. I like that one. Now remember, if you got a badass you want to hear about on our show for GunsInThe701.com, well, all you got to do is email us. And you can do that now at our new emails. Mike at GunsInThe701.com. My new email. I've got my own email. Mike at GunsInThe701.com. Drop me a line. Let me know who you'd like us to highlight in history. And see that QR code up there in the corner? Bing! There it is. All you got to do is click on that. If you want to donate a few bucks, we've always got to update our equipment, pay for subscriptions, all that good stuff, and it helps us out immensely. So if you got a few bucks to spare, we'd love to have it. And if you want to check out our back catalog, you can do that as well at GunsInThe701.com. You can see the back catalog for Badass of the Week. Also, we've got GunsInThe701.com's back catalog and our side sister station. That's right, we've got 701 Nation with Jamie on there as well with the back catalog. Well, that's all for this week. Until next week's Badass, I'm Mike, reminding you, as my friend Clay always says, keep your powder dry and stay safe, you bunch of badasses.
Love it.
Good job again, Mike. Great
There you
job.
go.
Awesome job, buddy.
As always, there you go.
There we go.
Speaking of
I got
beer,
a new voice. I got to use that. Right?
speaking of beer, my uncle sent me a picture from when he was in Vietnam, and he had a big turkey in front of him. And he was holding a drumstick with a few bites out of it. You know, a bunch of other guys in the background throwing a flip-off finger and whatnot. And I said, "What's going on here?" He said they had his platoon or whatever had a bunch of beer, and they traded it to the cooks for a turkey. And they cooked him the turkey, and they gave him the beer. And yeah, he said it was a delicious shirt. They put it over, made a rotisserie over there, and
You know,
I
my
don't know where the heck
grandfather,
he was,
he
Food
was a
Buy
big-
or wherever.
He was a big PPR guy. He loved drinking PBR. So I kind of wonder if there's a relation to that. Maybe he's seen a little of that in the war. I don't know.
I got one for you too. I learned this from a friend of mine that in Japan, PBR is considered a champagne, and they use it at events.
That's a stretch.
At weddings and events because it's such an unusual taste, and they consider it like the champagne.
You know, I don't mind PBR. I've drank.
I like PBR.
Okay.
I drink hams and PBR still.
Ooh, see,
ham. Oh.
Scott tried to convert me to that hams, man. I took some up to the ranch a couple. I
You
bought
made a
6.
video about it.
Oh no!
That and grain belt. I love grain belt.
God.
Well, here I'll tell you what. A grain belt right here is what I'm drinking right now.
There you go.
Ugh. You know, I drank that in college because that's that. We were
Not
broke.
grain belt elite. You didn't.
No, we just we were broke and it was cheap and yeah.
Just like my ex-girlfriend.
So yeah. Yeah. So hey, Mike, I don't know if our friend Marty Beard, I know I sent you this, but Cassius Clay, he thought that'd be a great badass, and I was kind of doing some, just looked up a few things. But anyway, there's one if you get a chance. That'd be a great one too.
Not Muhammad Ali, the real Cassius Clay.
Different Cassius Clay.
The real Cassius Clay.
Yeah, that was and that is a badass. When I read that, yeah, that was I like that.
So let's go here and see what the comments came in over Badass of the Week. Gene Cox, he says, if we evolved, where's the missing one? We said that one.
Yeah.
Eric Newman says, I'm keeping the population going.
Yeah, you got that one.
Michelle Obama is the missing link. That's what Eric said.
Man, that's a dude for sure.
Heck yeah, the Bible says, blessed is man whose quiver is full. I'm sure that was a response to his children and how many he has.
Oh, okay.
I thought he meant the one on my crossbow.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
And Gene Cox says, human has 46 chromosomes. chimpanzee has 44, I think. So there should be something in between. It's Obama himself.
Ooh, I'm not on board with you on that one.
Insane Obama. He's the missing link.
Dougie's asked me how my water's treating me.
Oh yeah, he's talking bad about the grain.
Actually, the first one of these I had was at Dougie's place.
Jay says, I heard that Kamala Walla smells like a dumpster full of seafood. Summer day, and Tampon Timmy used to experiment with weird things in the boys' bathroom. Oh boy, I tell you what, I think our crowd is just as stoked as we are.
I'm definitely on board with the Tampon Timmy thing because he thinks that's a great idea, putting those in boys' bathrooms. So
I will say this, going to what I had a discussion, I actually got a hold of the teacher too today. Had a good discussion with her. I have a meeting tomorrow with her. So I actually think we're going to find a solution to this. But it's here, guys. It's everywhere. It just is.
it is. By the way, Doug, it's treating me good. I'm taking a shine to this stuff. I really like it.
Well, I did have a little Alabama, water in mine for a while, but ran out of that one, so now mine's just regular water.
I mean, when they're empty, they make good 22 targets. They're not. Because it's that slim can. I got the slim guns in the 7. The old style, like the old school blurry one. Guns in the 701 koozie.
I remember those. That was in our beginning days.
Yeah, we had some pink ones too, which there are some floating around Mercer County for sure. Yeah. So what do you got? You got us happy ending of the week here, you said?
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got something, don't you, Clay? Because if not, I found a little something that I was going to.
Well, you do it, Mike. We'll let you go ahead and do that because I can.
We were talking earlier, me and Jamie, when you were playing around with the power outlets, and talking about robber walking into a gun store.
Oh.
On the unit. So here you go.
Places on the planet. Why in the hell would you try and attempt to rob a gun shop? You can see Al is trying to motion Corvette 10. Corvette 10 just opens fire and it's chitty chitty bang bang lights out, motherfucker. I'm sure the man on the ground was a good person. He contributed to society. Who the hell are we kidding? He's a joke, and now he's in a better place, and we're in a better place without his ass. Let's take a look at the replay. You come in watching too many Deadpool movies, coming in double-fisted with his weenie pistols. It was absolutely no match for corn-fed Ted's marksmanship, able to take down his opponent while disarming him at the same time, drops both of his pistols. Corn-fed Ted continues to eliminate the threat, not sure about the second criminal, but knowing his marksmanship and his accuracy, I would believe that guy's probably dead too. Just another case of playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes and effing around and finding out. Justice served instantly once again, like a cup of freaking noodles.
Oh, I didn't know Colonel Sanders was that handy with the side iron, man.
That's pretty good, wasn't it?
I saw that one too, Mike. That was great.
I like how they called him he was carrying his weenie pistol.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah, both of them go flying out to the side. That was perfect. That is freaking awesome right there.
That was way better than I had because I'll save mine for Friday and I can
Okay, go ahead.
my little fun stuff in it.
I thought you liked that one, so I found that one. I thought you might enjoy.
That's that Steve.
I did.
Iman, I don't remember. He used to be a sportscaster. He has a whole bunch of that stuff. So check him out because he does some great. And I love that. That's F around and find out. That's exactly what that was.
And by the way, I didn't know if you know this, but of course we're in North Dakota, South Dakota, very Lutheran and other types of Christianity here. But we have officially been endorsed by the Pope. He has come out and said that he's all about us now.
Got quite a package on him.
Well, hey. So just let me know that the Pope is thinking about it. Right?
All right. Appreciate that, Pope.
You're welcome.
Well, hey, and I fully endorse him protecting the Pope's house with the MP5 full autos.
Yes, absolutely. There you go.
Although he doesn't think we should.
No, the Swiss Guard all have those, and that's what they protect him with. But he doesn't want you to protect you with it.
Yeah.
He wants you to do faith and prayers.
just like I said, Kamala is protected with full autos, and we can't even have. And Joe has given $80 million worth of, including full automatic rifles of our military, but we here can't even. You can't own semi-automatics, but terrorists can have all our full automatics they want.
Maybe that's one good thing Joe did. He finally made the AR a weapon of war.
Well,
yeah, he did. He had to, man. He's been saying it for years, and now Walz can even say it, right? Because Walz says the same shit.
The problem is, you could ask Biden today if he said it. He doesn't remember.
He don't remember. Josh Patterson says, "Great happy ending."
That was awesome, man.
He says, "Damn, what a way to end your life, robbing a gun store." That guy was brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah, just brilliant.
Gene says, "Glorious."
Glorious. Hey, by the way, in case you are working in an office and you feel that you are not protected and you're not allowed to carry a gun, the Clay Peterson office protection tool is now available.
That'll do it, man. Get one of those in your face.
Yeah, there you go.
Some expanding lead ball. That'll get you.
There you go.
Brian told me to try the Greenbelt Northeast.
I love the Northeast. Yeah,
all right, so I'll give it a go unless it's like a dark, heavy beer or something.
No, it's a little darker, but not super.
All right, I'm good. I'll give her a go.
Yeah, Northeast is a good one.
Whatever we left the Taliban, that's right.
Yeah, that's what my point was. We Biden was more than happy to leave them full automatic rifles. They're goddamn terrorists who murdered our military and cut people's heads off and gouge women's eyes out. But they can have all of our military weapons, including full automatics. But you scumbags over here who actually have a right, the Second Amendment right? No.
If the government let us know ahead of time that they were going to leave all those weapons there, do you not think that we as Americans would have said, well, let's charter some damn planes?
I was just going to say, yeah, I know a guy who owns a jet, man, so come on.
We would have jets lined up through the sky forever. It's like, you know what? Hey, and Jamie down on the ground going, Jesus, when is this going to
Yeah. Arms are getting tired, man.
My arms are getting tired.
Had them shoulder surgeries. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I actually I know a lot of people piss and moan that why I have a crossbow, and I had all shoulder and wrist. I'm at next month. I'm having another wrist surgery, man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I had total reconstruction on my shoulder. I ripped my shoulder in boot camp. God, that was a lifetime ago. Anyway, ripped my arm completely off and had a bunch of surgeries on it. So I almost had my arm detached from here to here.
Jesus.
So it was nice. But, and the thing about
I bet it was pleasant.
Now, for years, I couldn't raise my arm to a certain limit. And then I fell on the stairs and actually ripped the scar tissue. And I got the mobility back. It hurt like hell forever. But I'll tell you what, my shoulder still gets me all the time shooting and stuff like that, especially 45-70 I was trying out. And I love the gun.
That's why I'm shooting kitten cartridges now, Mike. I mean, that's just what I'm like, man, if I live to be 80 and I'm still shooting, I got to have a shoulder. Because one of my uncles, his shoulder's ripped and he never got it fixed. And he used to love pheasant hunting. And he said, I can't even shoot a 410.
But I've been thinking about that too for the crossbow and whatnot for going out. Because my son wants to go out and do archery as well. So, I'll take what he chooses.
I mean, crossbows are badass, man. I like regular, but I mean, hey. But they've been around just about as long as any damn vertical bow, I mean, when we had the Crusades, we could talk a little religion. The Crusaders, I mean, they had long bows. Actually, the long bow can shoot farther, right? And the crossbows, but they didn't like the crossbows. They're too slow to reload, and even to this day, they're slower to reload.
They're still slow to reload. They have a disadvantage.
That doesn't matter. JD is still cheating because I don't like them.
Oh yeah, we've tweaked some people, haven't we?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, I did catch I caught Scott's show on Saturday, Gene. So I don't know if you guys talked about that, but thought that was a pretty good show as well. I just thought it was great content. So
somebody asked you how that 500 treats you, Mike.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I always wanted one until I got one, but now I still love having it. But it's just like, oh Jesus Christ!
I had to put this one up. So for our podcast listeners, because you can't read this.
Right, there you go.
Jay says, true story. I asked a nurse intern who helps with sex changes, how do the patients determine what color and size to go with?
Oh.
I'll take that one, maybe in a little darker persuasion.
Clay's really on that tonight, isn't he?
Oh, dang it! Why can't Leon be listening in tonight?
Oh, Leon. Well, he will. He listens to us on the podcast. So.
Well, Leon, if you're listening to this tomorrow, that's for you, buddy.
There we go.
So Gene says throttle at 4570 back with the trapdoor down. It'll get you the deer. Yeah, but then you might as well just use your 223, man, because I'm guessing probably at 200 at 223's probably got more energy than that if you slower. I mean, it might have it with the full power 4570 at 200.
Like I said, it's one of those ones I've always wanted, and then I got it, and now I'm like, ooh, yay, I got one.
They got to make that an AR now.
Now I'm just thinking I'm just going to put Jack's initials on it engraved or something like that, and just let him to get it.
I'm kind of blessed. My shoulders are okay. I can shoot those big calibers still, but my eyes have been going. Obviously, as far as my nearsightedness, and I did learn though. I got that them new safety glasses, Jamie.
Yep.
I got a set of those.
Yep.
And got the little bigger piece down here. It seems like on those DeWalt's in a 2-power. Oh yeah, buddy. I took the pistol out on a bright sunny day here the other night after we got done, and I'm telling you, it made a hell of a difference. I can actually see my sights again, but still see my target. So
I remember when I used to tell everybody that you had a superpower that you could see in the dark.
I still do fairly well in the dark.
When you had that accident when the Chinese tried to take you out with the fireworks.
Sabotaged him.
Yeah,
I remember
sabotaged
Mike
him.
says the only way the Chi-Coms could get you is if they
Got you with freedom
Fireworks.
sticks. Yeah. But Clay ended up with his your irises opened up like for much bigger than normal. So
they did
at
for a long
night, you could see, like, you didn't need to see spotlights or anything to see coyotes and whatnot. That was
It's like
awesome.
freaking Riddick, man.
Yeah, it kind of was. I honestly, seriously, it took a long time for that to come back. So in the daylight, I had to wear sunglasses. I mean, I could not wear them. But at night, I was like, holy crap. I can see everything. And it is because my pupils stayed wide open. And they finally came back, but I can't see as good as I can. Yeah. Yeah, Vienna sausage.
Clay has a heat-seeking meat missile. That's a comment there for the podcaster.
Can we get a shirt done with that one?
Oh,
We
shit.
have a heat-seeking missile. Guns on the 701.
Gene said the 405 grain cast will go from chest and out the butt cheek at 200 yards, and you can eat right up to the hole.
Oh boy!
If anybody doesn't know what that means, it means if you shoot a deer in the chest, it's going to come out its rear end. So it's
That might have happened a few
And
times.
everybody over on our Rumble pages, hey, thanks for tuning in and listening. I see the most are actually on the new page, so thanks for going over there. Twitter, my goodness, Twitter 20. Wow,
love it. Twitter, you're awesome, man.
And 9 on the CommieTube, and then they're scattered between the other ones. So yeah, hey, thanks for tuning in. I can tell you right now, I think Twitter is going to end up being our go-to page because I know
X,
I guess, because they don't ban us, they don't censor us, they let us do whatever, do what we want pretty much. So.
Yeah, they want to throw Musk in the Hushkow now for it. I mean,
they do.
We never even came up with that.
Break them out.
I didn't even come up with that. I forgot that we've got kind of a thing that I don't have the stories for us yet, but we were talking about the guy from Telegram.
Walensky or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they were trying to arrest him, and they also arrested the guy from one of the other ones. I forgot what that was, and they threw something at it that was like some sexual thing. But that seems kind of convenient. They're going after all these guys, but suddenly they say it's one thing, but it's not.
Well, the one guy from Rumble, he as soon as that happened, he left Europe and come back to the United States. So do that. But,
Rumble, that was right, the other one.
Yeah.
So they were going after the tech guys over in Europe. They were looking to grab them.
When you don't have a constitution or a Bill of Rights, that's what they do.
No, as a matter of fact, that's something that's kind of missing over there.
Well, and going back to X a little, they used to have X in Venezuela, or not Venezuela, but Brazil, and then when the commies took over there in that election, guess what? They started they were arresting people who worked for X down there, so Elon had to shut it down, man, or they were going to throw all these people in their gulags.
Yeah.
But we're the ones who are going to do gulags, right? The right wingers. We got the gulags ready.
Right.
Usually, what
I wish
they say we're doing, they're already doing it or they got plans to.
Yeah. I mean, Stalin was a leftist. Hitler was a leftist. So
there we go. We can sign. We'll get a double here. See, there we are broadcasting on X. How about that?
Yeah. I love it. Love X. I'm just going to keep doing it.
There we
go.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate everybody on every platform listening to us.
Now
man.
there's 21 looking there on. Look at that, 21 right now on X alone. So yeah.
So yeah, hey, if you're new to listening to us on X, every Wednesday Guns in the 701, and every other Thursday 701 Nations on, and every once in a while we got special editions. Right, I think we you got to join us for Guns in the Drinks with the 701. We got to do that one again.
We got to do that
get
again.
one of them going. I had a couple people ask that again. So there's probably one coming maybe in September. I don't know.
I think I made a bunch of sweepers and stuff for you to play in between your commercials there. So for that one, so we're good to go.
Perfect. Perfect.
And then, of course, Friday I will be on with Mr. Todd Mitchell. Mitchell in the morning, 7:15 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:15 Central. Don't want to miss that. I think I'm going to do a nice armed citizen. I got a couple other articles here that we didn't get to tonight, which is fine. There is so much material, everybody. Everybody always kind of asks, how do you come up with, you know what we don't talk about? We should actually do like Rush and start the stack of stuff. If you do a subscription on a website, you can see the stack of stuff because it is good info. And it pertains. There you go. My formerly hand. That's what we should do. Oh, I'm going to do it, Jamie. Our next drinks at the 701. Definitely going to get a nice cigar and get a nice.
There you go. Perfect.
Deal with that.
I'm not on LinkedIn. We're not on LinkedIn at all. But
no, I'm not on there. I was years ago when I was with the
years ago. Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't be on X, brother.
And there's a lot of people migrating there. I mean, obviously, if you go look at our numbers, X is our fastest growing platform, and I'm fine with that.
We're still up to 2 over on Twitch. We got 2.
All right. Hey, all right. Appreciate Twitch too, man. We can't. I don't know what's on the website, Clay. That's your deal. I don't know how to look at that on there.
Look at it. Hey, honestly, I didn't even.
Probably 100. Probably got 100 people.
I got 100 on. I've been really lax at updating the website too. Sorry, guys. I've been doing my best. But I've been.
Well, I
got 3 on there right now. So thank you.
If anybody who doesn't can't catch Clay live on Mitchell in the morning on Fridays on KFYR 550, Clay does the not the multicast. What the hell? Simulcast onto all of these platforms pretty much, right, Clay? And if you don't get it on there, you catch it on iHeart on KFYR 550 AM. You can catch them live on there.
There is a 2-minute delay generally because I take that feed off of iHeart. So there's always it don't matter which one you take it off of, there's a 2-minute delay.
Don't matter where you are. I mean, you can, unless you're in, who knows, Brazil probably doesn't do it either because they let you say.
Yeah, so but we're coming up where we're gonna actually they're gonna cut us off anyway.
Good time out again.
That's fine. But hey, Jamie, thanks for dropping in there. I tell you,
hey, it's been fun, guys. Love it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you
bet.
So much for that.
You bet. No problem, Deke.
Down some different avenues tonight, but I guess we had a little fun. We went where it took us. And honestly, I don't mind those ad lib ones. Honestly.
Yeah, the lib. Let's think of another thing. Deacons and I were talking about words we don't like anymore that the Democrats have ruined for us.
I don't know. We got to come up with a new one for that. I don't want.
Can't even say homonym because it's too much like.
I got one more thing to show you, by the way, in case you guys want to know. We say hello to Fire Guy 8726 over there on Twitch.
Awesome.
Apparently he's followed us, so we're good to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
or ma'am. I don't know what you are. Fire Guy. I'm guessing you're a man, so appreciate it.
It's a modern world. You never know.
What's one you keep saying you're going to put us on?
OnlyFans. Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't created an account over there yet for us.
You know, I think I'm going to let you do that because I don't want to show up on my credit card that I've got an OnlyFans account. And,
Brian says he just caught the end of it this morning. It sounded like Dakota mornings went well today again. Yep. It did, Brian. Mike had his schedule screwed up, so me and Todd kind of had an off conversation for 30 minutes there. But yeah, I was on for 30 minutes, and it did. I kind of, angry Jamie kind of came out a little bit, not too much. I didn't tell him that angry, but it was good. It was good. It was good good 30 minutes, but appreciate Mike having me on.
I got to tip my hat to Mike Cobell because he's been great. As far as on the Second Amendment, I know a lot of people have some issues, but that's that's different subjects. He's been good with us, and he's eager to learn. I'll say that.
To learn.
And we want to thank him for the opportunities of letting us be on there. I mean, why wouldn't we, right?
Yeah. I mean, biggest radio, 7 states, 3 Canadian provinces. You'd be a fool not to go in.
And if Todd's listening to the podcast afterwards, because
wake up, Todd.
Thank you, Todd, because I'm telling you what, he basically gave us our break.
Yeah.
As far as
Todd's the first guy who, he gave us a regular gig coming in there. But not only that though, Clay, it's working out great for Todd and iHeart too on the KFYR, because Todd said they get damn good listenership on the iHeart app when we're on. So appreciate everybody who listens on there.
Absolutely. So, well, I suppose we better call this a wrap. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Always some difficulties with technical. I can't even talk tonight.
Come on, Joe.
I gotta go. Jill. But anyway, we got through the technicality difficulties. The power went out, and then I had a lot of trouble rebooting my computer. But here I am. Jamie just dropped everything and came in. We appreciate that, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, no problem. D could have handled it himself, but no problem. Man.
Nobody. People got to listen to me in the morning on the radio. They don't need to hear me all day. I hear myself here.
All righty. Hey, we're going to sign off. We'll see everybody next week. Time change is coming up for us sometime in September, probably. We'll move back to the old time. As long as it's light out, we're going to let you guys enjoy that and not have to come in and listen to a podcast. So, all right, everybody.
Thanks, One Shot Cap.
I got this.
Hard work, hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay.